Good morning, YouTube. It's Reborn of Reborn Royalty here. Today, I'm here to talk about my oldest EDC. Yep, I've had this baby since I was 17. It is unloaded. It is a Glock 23, 40 caliber. I've made some modifications by adding stuff like night sights, some texturized grips. That's basically it, though. I've gotten some extended magazines for it as well. But yeah, beyond that, everything is stock. All the internals are stock on this bad boy, and it is just butter. For point of reference, I'm 26 now. I purchased this when I was 17. I got a good deal on it. What else? Yeah, it was used. It wasn't brand new, I got it used, and it's freaking still been reliable for me. I put thousands of rounds down range with this bad boy. This wasn't the weapon I used in my self-defense situation. That was a G2 40 caliber Taurus. This is the G23 40 caliber Gen 3 Glock. But yeah, I did use this for just pretty much like self-defense and home defense purposes. The way I used to carry this, or all my weapons, I should say, when I was 18, was that I would keep it in the vehicle of the glove or console of my vehicle. And in Florida, that's legal. So that's what, and when I was 17, I couldn't take this out the house, but I could legally still own it. But yeah, so no crime is being committed, just just a whole lot of Second Amendment support and fucking, all that. But yeah, I love this gun. It's got me through some crazy times in my life. Yeah, I had this bad boy, in the car with me when I went to court to handle my self-defense shooting stuff. Yeah, man, thankfully, never had to end up using it. Thankfully, no one ever kicked in my door and I ever had to shoot someone. Thankfully, no one ever came and tried shooting me. I guess, anyways, I don't want to get into all of that, but because what I'm here to talk about now, though, is just overall just how it looks, man. There's barely any wear and tear, as you can see. I'll even take the damn off. It just feels like butter to me. There's not really any damages that have been, I've got the exact same barrel, OEM guide rod spring, OEM internals, like the firing pin and everything, OEM trigger group and all of that, OEM trigger, everything's freaking stock, and I cannot express how butter it is. Me personally, I don't know if I'm ever going to purchase a brand new Glock again. Just because the only time I've ever purchased a brand new fresh out the box Glock was when I got my Glock 43X. I really liked that gun though, and I just, I wasn't sure, because there's been times where you purchase a gun that's got a warped barrel or something, and since I was intending that to be my everyday carry several years ago when I purchased it, I wanted it to be brand new. But ultimately, that's not really that important, because every Glock I seem to come across shoots accurately, is reliable, even with stock parts that are used, even with a little bit of wear and tear and all that. Just, as you can see, the little wear and tear on the barrel and the front end of the slide and stuff. But the gun's great, you know what I mean? It works perfect. It's still accurate as all hell. It's that action is so smooth. if I was to get you like a brand new, like if I could compare them, you could feel just by like wiggling it and manipulating the slide that you can feel how this is broken in. And there's a lot like cars, firearms have a break-in period, and this puppy is well broken in. It's fucking perfect. It's a little on the heavy side. That's why I ended up adopting the 43X 9mm Glock into my EDC rotation. But uh, yeah, I carry this sometimes when I go to the mountains, um, or if I'm going across country. That's another reason why I'll carry this, just so that I have like a, when you're away from home, you know what I mean, which call it on the road, it's always good to have a little bit of extra firepower on you. Like for instance, my go-to was that I would carry this, my 43X, and my girl would also carry a 42 Glock 42 380. So that way, between the both of us, we had about 3 guns typically on us. And me personally, I think that is perfect. You know what I mean? Which call it, because you know the world we're living in is crazy. You would rather be over prepared than under prepared. And sometimes a 9mm with 10, 11 shots, that's not necessarily gonna do it for you. Sometimes you need, you know, the 40 with 13 stock, or you could slap a 22 rounder or a 30 something rounder or 50 round. Well, 50 rounds is kind of, you know, especially the drum magazine, the way the springs are set, I don't really find that to be very good for like self-defense purposes. I feel like if you're gonna go for something that's like not a range toy, like it's actually gonna be used for self-defense, you should go with stuff that is like OEM, like this. This is a Glock magazine. Very reliable. I've had it as long as I've had the gun, as well as some other magazines and whatnot. And currently got some hollows loaded up in there. But yeah, man, which call it, this is my oldest EDC. If I could only choose one pistol to own, it would probably be a Glock 23 40 caliber. Just because 9mm, in my experience, have been a little like finicky at times, which call, there's times where I've seen when I would be shooting that that whether the load wasn't properly done, like they didn't put enough gunpowder in the gun because it was like a cheap round or something. I just feel that 40 caliber jams less. You know what I'm trying to say? I just feel like out of all the range time I've put down, I've never had a jam with a 40 really. Like, you know what I mean? Very, very, very rarely. It would have to be like a shitty extended magazine that's causing the failure to feed, or something of that sort. But for me, pretty much everything, like the worst ammo I've ever put it, like, you know, the cheapest, the aluminum shell casing stuff, this shoots that just fine. It shoots freaking the good stuff, the bad stuff, you know. And let me tell you this, if your gun can't shoot the bad stuff, it don't deserve the good stuff. And you know, which call it, there's some brands like fucking FN, which call it that does the 5.7. They make their own round specifically for that gun. So if you are a FN 5.7 shooter, then you can buy FN brand 5.7 bullets, which to me, it's kind of like, like, I mean, that's just kind of like Glock with their 45 GAP. It's kind of just like you're narrowing down your market. You know what I mean? You're making your product more of a niche product, because realistically, who wants to drop freaking all that money on a 50 pack of some 5.7 bullets? That's why, you know, 9mm, 40 caliber, those calibers that are very common for use these days. That's why they're as cheap as they are compared to, say, a 45, a 10mm, 5.7. All those calibers are less carried. Even the 380 is less carried than a 9mm these days, because there's all of the micro 9s that we have, which I love. Which call, I'm actually thinking of getting a new micro 9, because I like my 43X, but it does the job. It has the last few years. I've just been kind of looking for something else. I'm thinking about like an FN 509, or the FN, what is it, the like the FN 509 Reflex, which call it, but I also like the FN 509 Tactical. I like the the suppressor height sights. I like the threaded barrel. That's kind of why I wanted another reason why I kind of want to start, like, because Glock was the main thing I've only ever owned when it comes to pistols, but I'm starting to broaden my horizons. Like I just put some money down on a SIG P220, I believe. I think it's a P220, which call it, it's the 45 variant, 45 ACP variant of the P200 series from SIG, and 6 hour, that is. Really excited to get my hands on that bad boy. That's probably probably won't see it on the channel for at least another few weeks. I need to finish paying it off and go pick it up. But yeah, I just wanted to come and do this video, just more or less explain my thoughts on the Glock 23. It's been the most reliable firearm in my entire collection. Never really had no issues with it, I would suggest everybody's first gun be either a Glock 19 or a Glock 23, just because it's so compact. You know what I mean? Like a Glock 17 will stick out a little bit further, like so, because that's the full size version, whereas this just fits so snug in your hands. You know what I mean? And it's still reasonable to try to conceal carry on your person. You know what I mean? Let me give you guys a little representation. I usually do side carry, but if I had a looser shirt on, you wouldn't be able to tell that I had that right there. But it's printing now because of that. You could also keep it on your front, like so. Try to suck your belly in if you got tight clothes on. Or just wear some looser. That's always the wiser choice. It's just hot right now where I'm at. But yeah, which, as you can see, very, very, very minimal wear and tear on the gun. After I've owned this gun for 9 years, and God knows how long it was owned before that, because this is a Gen 3 Glock. So it's been around a while, but that's the thing about Glocks, is that they seem to just last forever. It's kind of all I got to say at the moment. But tune in next time. Reborn Royalty out.